8 games left in the season before finals. 2 teams at the opposite ends of the table. They'll face off tonight. This is the Softball SA C-Max Premier League, and we play on Ghana land. Hello and welcome to the live coverage. I'm James Harris, your host, and alongside me is twice a Cath Coral medalist, Kylie Weatherstone, and with all the Eastern special comments, it's the 2022 Gilly Shield National Champion, Bill Benedictson. Good evening.
Good evening, James. Kylie?
Good evening. Hi, how you going?
We're all going well. It's a perfect night for softball, you'd suggest. No cloud in the sky, no breeze. It was a warm day, and these two teams, Port Adelaide and the Hills Heat, face off. It's actually going to be the last time we see the Hills Heat this season. It's their last minor round game as the umpires have just had their conference with the coaches. We can take this opportunity to have a look at the Port Adelaide defensive lineup.
So we have pitching first up, Liz Engler, as she has most of the season. Jess Goldwyn is catching. We got McKenna Smith at first base, Montana Edwards at second, Charlize Callahan at third, Bree Marcelino at shortstop, and in the outfield, Jess Maslin in left, Zoe Thompson center field, and Jess Nevis in right field.
Well, that's the way that the top of the table, Port Adelaide, will line up. We'll get to their batting lineup later on in this inning. And they'll place the 7th placed Hills Heat. They've played 3 times so far this season, with Port winning 2, and the other one was a washout, and they'll all draw. Port Adelaide won in round 2, 4-3, and then in round 13, 8-1. Kylie, Hills have had a challenging season.
They have, but I think they've also learnt a lot from the season as well, and it is going to hold them in very good stead into the future. So this year, you've all said it probably before, it's all about getting the experience, and they will get a lot of experience out of this year, and I look forward to seeing what they're going to be, in another 5 years' time. I think they'll be very good by then.
Well, Kylie, tell us who's going to be their best players in that 5 years' time as we look at their batting lineup.
Oh, I think the lead-off, who's just about to swing the bat here, Abby Bastian, has obviously got to be there. She's just been put in the Australian under-19 squad, which is a huge accomplishment for her. Very, very well deserved. She played in the 18s when I went away with her in Perth, and standout athlete, so she's definitely one for the future.
That was the first pitch of the ball game, and Liz Engler throwing hard for Port Adelaide as Bastian chops it to the right side, and Montana Edwards makes the first out. Bill, fast start tonight.
Fast start, yes, right after swinging right away. Abby Bastian, likes to put the ball in play. I think the Hills are going to come out swinging. Liz tends to throw a lot of strikes, so it's a good pitcher to hit against, I'd say.
Second batter is Chloe Zackley, and Engler fires that one in. Port still to secure top spot. You'd think they've got games against West Torrens and Sturt still to come in the year, but both those sides can still catch them if results go their way.
Yes, Sturt have more games in hand, right? They've got 3 more, I think, to play.
Yes, well, they're playing at the moment against
Walkerville,
right, so they've got 4 games to go in the season.
Right.
But 3 after tonight. We'll touch on that game over in the backfield a little later on. Actually, I can give you a sneak peek of that game thanks to MC Sports. We're going around the grounds. It's actually 8-0 in the top of the second. Ooh. Between the Cats and the Falcons.
Okay.
That 8 spot put up in the first inning.
Well, Sturt means business tonight then, though.
Now, Kylie, Anthony asks, so Anthony gets. We've brought out the pocket radar tonight so we can keep an eye on Liz Engler and see how hard she's throwing. Well, that's a change-up.
Foul ball
down the left side.
Just down the line.
I was actually lucky enough to coach with you on last Wednesday night, the Port Seacombe game. So I actually got to see Liz a bit closer than sitting back here in the stands, and very impressed with her action and her speed and her control. Very smooth, and you can just see she's putting a lot on that ball. So I would like to see the numbers coming up on this pitch here.
Well, as James goes a radar gun here, did we get on that one?
Yeah, off pace, about 89 k's an hour, and Zackley will be the first base runner of the game with a base on ball, so we'll keep our eye on the numbers as we go. Megan Williams is the new hitter. I've got bad news for anyone who was looking at that hitting title. Belle White's gone 2 for 2 in that first inning, and she'll extend that lead. She broke back up into 600, 600 over the weekend. And Sarah Tonkin, who's in the top half dozen batters, also went 2 for 2 in that inning too. So massive start for the Falcons. I was a bit slow on that one, guys, trying to do too much with this pocket radar.
Yeah, I'll do that for you if you want to do that.
Yeah, probably a little bit low.
I did bring it.
Now, stop playing with the toys.
Exactly on first base. Corners are down for the Magpies.
Got 90 on that one.
Well, we did try it out in the cages before training, Bill, and we saw a pitching machine pitch get up to 143, and then Harry May was throwing about a 110, so we know that it's a pretty accurate. Hit up the middle, so Megan Williams backs up that walk for Zackley with a single up the middle. She's pretty happy with that. Let's have a look at the C-Max replay.
That's a 97-mile-an-hour fastball there, hit back up the middle on that one. Oh, sorry, kilometer. Sounds better the other way, doesn't it? That's right back up the middle. So with 1 out, they got 2 on. Georgia King's up. Consistent 89s, 90, yeah.
Yeah, not overly. I was expecting maybe 3 figures. Maybe it's because I'm on an angle. Maybe we need to get Kylie to hold it. I don't know. Just to get a straight look at it, I don't know. That one looks pretty hot as the runner goes, and we know that Golden likes to throw the ball around, and this one's going to get her into a little bit of trouble as she gives up 2 bases for each, Zackley and Williams. Zackley's holding the arm a little bit there as she got branded by this ball. Golden throws it behind the runner. Edwards was there, and the throw from Edwards hit Zackley in the back of the arm to score the first run of the game.
Geez, poor Zackley. They're doing the right thing, and you want to get hit and not get thrown out, but you don't want to get hit hard. And she looked like she was going to have a moment there to soak up the pain on third, and then got waved home.
Very well run too, to be honest. You know, you wouldn't have expected her to be able to throw the ball to second in that play. To have the nous to quickly get over to third was very, very well run.
Oh, Georgia King rips that one left side and goes foul. The Hills look like they've come out to play. Maybe it's the last game of the season, so looking to go out with a bang against the top side. Kylie, I agree with you with that running. It's a lot of the junior players would normally do that in their normal grade that they play. If the ball is thrown behind you, you take off for the next base. And Jess Golden, being a bit of a A-grade expert, I guess you could say, wouldn't expect too many times that you throw the ball behind the runner that they take off for the advanced base. So she fell for the junior trap, didn't she? Yeah,
basically. And it's not often you would see an A-grade catcher throwing the ball over to second with the runners on there like that. So yeah, it was interesting to see.
King fouls off another. She's on a 2-2 count.
I don't think it's going to stop Jess throwing it again next time, though.
She likes to be involved in the play, doesn't she?
Yes, does like the back pick. And their throw back to the pitcher looks just as hard as their throw down to 2. Nice block.
It was a good block from Golden. She's never far out of the play. She is. Engler will go full against King. Payoff pitch with a runner on third, and fouls it into her own foot. So King being aggressive in this at-bat.
Yeah, I think Liz is quite on the dot at the moment. She's just throwing probably too many balls. She's got full count here with Georgia King in the bat. So she's going to have to work very hard on this pitch to keep it alive.
Low for a ball, second walk of the inning. What started off really good for Port Adelaide. They've given up 2 walks and a hit. Runners at the corners now. Port Adelaide, top of the table, scored 97 runs in the season and only 38 against. Hills, 45 runs for and 165 against. Here's Zoe Marriage. Pushes that one through for a called strike. The corners were down, so they were looking to defend the bunt, but the runner didn't get too far off with the lead-off. Bill, you got a special guest for us,
I do have a special guest that I'm willing to give up my headset for, and you can both have a little chat with.
Must be special then.
Let's
get
extra
her
special.
on. Takes off on the pitch this time. Georgia King is golden fake throw and then pumps it over to third, and Williams safely aboard at 3, and Georgia King now in scoring position for Zoe Thompson. We'll just get you set. We'll make sure you're comfortable with the headset, and we'll introduce you in a moment as that one's low for a ball, and we'll get you to say hello so we can get a mic check. This is Regan Diaz.
Hello, everyone.
Regan Diaz, we just want you just to put that mic just a little closer to your mouth, and we'll enjoy a conversation as Hills Heat still keep going on about it. Regan Diaz, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you very much.
Regan, you've been here having a bit of a swing in the cages, and Bill's grabbed you.
Yeah.
Dobbed you in, so happy to have you here.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
How's it been so far? You're nearly must be counting down the days till you go home.
Yeah, I leave here pretty soon. I've got my next season. I'll pop over to Macerata, Italy, but I have been having a blast here so far. It's been truly a wonderful experience.
Strikeout from Engler, the league leader in strikeouts. We'll get to her numbers in a minute because we do have Regan Diaz with us only for a short time, and I did hear that whisper that you're heading over to Italy in in our winter, their summer.
Yeah. No, that'll be soon. The season starts on the 30th of March, so I don't have much time in between, but I think this competition here has prepared me well.
Yeah, a few of the girls have played in Italy that are playing in this season. Sophie Roberts went over and played over there, but Jess and Liz and Steph played over.
Yeah. Bree as well.
Bree.
Bree and Jess were in the Netherlands.
Right, of course, Bree and Jess.
How fantastic is it, though, that you get to come to Australia all the way from America just to play softball? I'm so jealous.
I say it all the time, but I'm so happy to be over here.
Yeah.
This has just been such a positive experience, and I've truly fallen in love with the game again. And so I couldn't ask for anything more.
That's fantastic.
Kira Trevorrow strikes out swinging, so Engler, after giving up a couple of walks and a hit, pitches her way out of trouble with 2 strikeouts to end the inning. So Hills Heat, though, score the first run of the game, and they lead 1-0 as we go into the middle of the first. Kylie Weatherstone's here. Bill's given up his seat for Regan Diaz. And we're just talking Italy and Europe. Have you played there before?
I have not, so this is my first season out of college. So I just finished my college career, and then I popped over here, so that'll be my first time. This was my first time out of the country, and that'll be my first time in Europe. So.
Is that right? Okay,
yeah.
So you're in for a treat. I was lucky enough to spend some time there. Let's have a look at the Hills defence before I start talking about myself again, as Riley Zobal's got the pitching duties tonight. Who stands out for you, Regan, on that Hills Heat defence?
I would say Georgia King. I got to play with her on Stars, and I'll tell you what, from the beginning to the end of the tournament, she improved so much. Every opportunity she got, she took advantage of it. And it was so fun to see her grow so much in just a week. And then watching her play in all these games, she's been really exciting to watch. But honestly, the Hills in general, they're a young team. And so I'm really looking forward to their future, because they're going to grow together and just get better. And I think in a few years, they're going to be really, really dominant.
Port Adelaide's lineup, and Kylie Jess Golden leads off at the top of the order. The danger batters, though, 3 and 4. Marcelino hitting plus 500. Jess Maslin is in the top handful of batters again this season. Missed out last year on a nod in the all-tournament team, or the team of the year, but surely she can't be denied again for a second year in a row. Jess Maslin hitting at 4.
Yeah, great lineup, isn't it? You just think, every time you see that lineup, you think, okay, another one's coming. When is it going to stop? When's it going to be an easy out for me? And I bet you experienced that pitching to this team.
Oh, yeah. It's like you don't get a break. There's no break in the lineup at all.
Exactly.
Every single one of them is a tough out.
Well, I mentioned stats. I've got them in front of me. Marcelina hitting 512, Jess Maslin hitting 452. Do you watch your stats very much, Reagan?
No, I haven't been. I've been blissfully ignorant.
Blissfully ignorant. That might be a good thing. You're up there. You're hitting 434 for the season.
Okay.
And you're second in extra base hits, tied with Belinda White, who's having a brilliant season once again.
I will take that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'll take it.
Jess Maslin, though, in the 4 spot that I was talking about, has the most extra base hits in the competition with 11, 452 batting average with a slugging of 833. So she is killing it, Jess Maslin. But the other Jess, well, they've got 3 Jesses in the lineup tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Jess Golden, Jess Neves bats 2, and we'll see Jess Maslin in the 4 spot. Golden early on top with 2-0 count.
And, you know, Jess really does have elite base running speed, so I'm sure that balls that would be singles for most or doubles, and for her ended up being doubles and triples and even in the park home runs. So I am absolutely sure that her speed plays a big factor in all those extra base hits.
And for yourself as well. I've seen some fantastic running around the bases from yourself. And a couple you probably took it a little bit too far. But, you know, that's what, it keeps the field on their toes, doesn't it? It makes them think, hold on, yes, she's got to walk, but she might go to 2 here. We need to be on our toes. And that's what softball is all about.
We might see that speed on show here. 11 stolen bases on the season. Caught stealing just the once. Just a big lead off as Zobel finds her radar for a strike on Jess Neves. Yeah, Golden slipped down below 400 during the weekend. She's at 380 now, but her on base, and she really makes you pay when she does get on.
Yes.
Takes off
There
on
she
this
goes.
one, and she slides in safely for her 12th stolen base of the season.
I was watching her when she ran that just then. She looked so relaxed just standing on the base,
yeah.
as if she was just about to do another lead off, nothing exciting, and then gone.
And as good as she's been this year, last year she was even better.
Yeah, she was.
In her Kath Coral winning season.
Yes.
Neves gets underneath this one, really digs it out and pops up to centre field. Nice catch taken out there by Zoe Marriage.
But, you know, if these Hills pitchers, if they can keep doing that and just getting them to miss the ball, feed their defense, I feel like they've got a pretty solid defense. So, you know, they might have a shot to hang in this.
Here's a look at the CMAX replay, and if you want to help advance tomorrow's healthcare and get paid for your time, log on to cmax.com.au. Here is Brie Marcelino. Pulls the first pitch down the line, will score a run. Golden trots home. Marcelino's on her bike, turning 2. She's going to come to 3. She's going to go for home. The throw from Bastian. She pumped, and that slight hesitation allowed Marcelino to take 4 bases, and Port Adelaide have a 2-1 lead.
Just shaking our head here, like beautiful hit of the ball, just got inside the line there, but the base running just smooth. She was always going to go home then. There was never any doubt.
Well, the tough part for the Hills was that it stopped dead at the fence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means that Adams McDonald has to race with the ball all the way, hit the cutoff, and Bastian was probably thinking 3. As Golden crosses the plate there on the CMAX replay. Here's Jess Maslin. You played with Brie over at the Stars as well, and she hit a couple of ding-dongs over in Canberra.
Oh, yeah.
You were saying before that you hit the fence a couple of times.
Yeah, I hit the fence probably 3 or 4 times.
And off of who?
Oh, Megan Farimo.
Yeah.
But Brie actually put them over, and they were just the ones she hit just off the bat. Immediately, you knew they were gone. They were just no doubt. She absolutely smashed the ball.
She makes it look effortless, though, doesn't she? Like her swing is just beautiful to watch.
Yeah. bit scary to play defense against, I'll tell you that.
Yes, I can imagine.
Maslin watches that one for a call strike, 2-1 count. There's a few of us in Adelaide that really love our college softball, so we've watched Megan Framer over her career. We know that she's an Olympian, and my favourite stat of the tournament was that she won the pitching award, but when she played the Stars, 9 hits against her. So it was like just lit her up, and it was brilliant to see that our home team showed the country once again how to get it done, and you were a part of that, so well done. It was so good to see the results come through, and you should be proud of your efforts over in Canberra.
Oh, yeah. I know we didn't come away with the win in that game, but we did, like you said, we did have a really good hitting performance as an entire team, and I think that gave us a lot of confidence going into the second half of the tournament as well.
Yeah, it was interesting the way that it played out as well. Just a couple of games couldn't be played due to the weather, and so it reverted back to the first complete round. So we saw the Stars in second place, and just fell short in those two finals.
Yeah,
Maslin gets under this one, and Adams McDonald backing back.
nice catch.
Didn't look too comfortable, not until the ball was there, and in the end takes a good catch. Have a look at the C-Max replay.
She's just judging the ball there, making sure she's in the right spot. Erin's quite safe in the outfield there. She was a good performer for us in the outfield at under-18s nationals, so I had every confidence she was going to get that one.
Charlize Callahan hits 5. Watches the first one for a ball.
I just wanted to say to you, Reagan, with regards to Seacombe, I'm really happy that you came to Seacombe. I think you've been an absolute asset, especially to the juniors. You've imparted your knowledge, and I know all the juniors there have enjoyed. I know Lucy has definitely enjoyed having you around. Love to see you come back next year. Fingers crossed for that. But yeah, I'm for Seacombe. I could not be happier that you came and played for us. So thank you.
Oh, thank you guys. The club truly has contributed to the experience that I've had. Everyone is so wonderful and so welcoming. And, even though I met everyone for the first time, I fit in right away. Yep. And that's just a huge testament to the girls on my team and then everyone throughout the club. So thank you guys as well.
Yeah, definitely did. It's been great.
Zobel goes off speed to Callahan. She swings through that one. 1-2 count. So Zobel ahead of the count with 2 out here in the bottom of the first. 2 runs scoring off the bat of a 4-base hit from Gran Marcelino. Foul ball. So let's quickly go back to Europe because you're heading there at the end of the month and going to Italy. What part of Italy are you going to? What team?
So it's called Macerata. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. And that's the same team that Sophie Roberts got to play for, and so she's filled me in on all the details, which room in the apartment to take, what way to walk to the gym, and all that type of stuff. But from what I've looked it up, it's like, Italy's kind of got that boot.
Yep.
It's, I'd say, kind of like on the eastern side, about in the middle, right, 20 minutes from the coast.
Okay, right. So near San Marino somewhere, or a little bit south of there?
I wish I knew my geography that well.
Well, we do know. Or as Callahan goes hard and it gets past the glove of Trevorrow at third. She'll stand up at 2. Charlize Callahan and Port Adelaide continue a very good first inning. Zoe Thompson will come to the plate.
Charlize was another one who, throughout the tournament, just got better and better. She played really well for us at third base when she got called on, and she had some really big-time hits. One of them was a walk-off that got us a really important win, so she's very fun to play with as well.
The places that you play softball, Italy's probably one of the good ones to go to, of course, and you get European summer as well. But also during the European summer will be the 2024 Women's World Cup.
Yes.
And that one is Castells de Strada, and that is near the Slovenian border. So just east of Venice. Yep. So if you get a chance, you'll see a beautiful part of the world if you do go there. I played a European Cup there. Always bring it back to myself, Bill. You know that.
I know that's the plan. It's I've got a break in between, and so I plan to do some traveling and take advantage of that. And I believe the break is for the World Cup because some of the girls will be playing for the Italian national team, I'm sure.
Thompson gets a hold of this one, goes out to centre field, just drops short of Zoe Thompson. Callahan was held up at 3, so we'll have runners at the corners. So, gee, I thought she got a bit more of that, but it turned out to be a bit of a chinker as Port Adelaide record their 3rd hit of the inning on the C-Max replay.
I will say, as a pitcher, sometimes those hurt the worst. They're the ones that just drop in there, and they're just the little bleeder hits, which, as an offense, they're kind of like paper cuts, Just chip away, chip away, chip away, but...
Timeout's being called for the Hills Heat just to have a bit of a chat. It's a very young team out there with... and Megan Williams, she'll kill me for saying that, but experienced Williams will definitely have had a say. We saw Georgia King doing some of the talking as well. What's that message that they're getting there, Kylie?
We're sorry, mate.
On the timeout.
Sorry, I was trying to look at the social media and see what we're getting prepared if you're going to ask me about that. So I didn't see there. I think they would just been talking just to keep calm. Nothing to do about that hit. Keep persevering.
Well, during that timeout, Reagan and I had a quick look at Google Maps. It is south of San Marino.
Yeah, you're right.
And it looks like a beautiful part of the world. So we wish you all the very best of luck.
Thank you.
Over there, and we'll probably keep our eye on how you're travelling.
Yeah, we'll see. I've got some... I'm excited. Steph actually played in the same competition, so she played for...
Yeah, she blitzed it, didn't she? They won
they won. She crushed it.
Copa d'Italia, and then they just fell short of in playoffs. So she had a big year as well, representing the Aussie spirit. Montana Edwards, ground ball to shortstop, but a great play from Abby Bastian. There's that skill on show, Kylie, that you were talking about.
Yeah, just a wonderful arm she's got. She is going to be one definitely for the future. The way she kept low on this play here, came across nicely. The back step on that foot, no further step, and look at that, easy out.
Yeah, she's been really solid for them in that position all year.
And she's only going to get better as she gets like she played under 16 state, so she's just a kid, but she can play. Went
to American Samoa with the Australian under 18 team. They came second in that tournament, qualified for their World Cup, which will be next year. Or was it end of this year? I'll have to double check my own work there, but that's okay. Port Adelaide has scored 2 in the bottom of the first, and they hold a 2-1 lead. Reagan Diaz is with us just for a short while. Did you get to tick off any bucket list items while you're in Australia?
I got to pet a kangaroo and hold a koala.
That's good enough, right? I got a friend from St. Paul who that was the top of his list to do as well. So didn't get to ride one. He thought he might have had that chance. Did you get sucked into that joke?
No, but my partner, he came to visit, and I kept giving him a bad time. I was asking him when he was going to fight one, so he didn't get the chance, but maybe next time.
No worries at all. Reagan Diaz, you've had a very good season with the Seacon Tigers, who missed a season of A grade just a couple of years ago. They're back now, 7 wins as well. You played a big part of that. You made some lifelong friends out of your time in Australia?
Oh, absolutely. I know, like Laura and Emily, we've talked about, possibly popping over to Sweden during my break, seeing them, or meeting at the World Cup, because I know they want to go watch that as well. So and then, everyone's great, and I have absolutely lifelong friends.
Erin Adams-McDonald in the box for the Hills Heat grounds. Back to the pitcher, and Engler's able to make the play. She's very good defensively, Liz Engler. Let's have a look at the C-Max replay.
Liz making it look very easy there, keeping low.
Yeah, I'm always very impressed with how well Liz and Jess work together.
Yes.
In that battery, because behind every pitcher is a great catcher, and I think Jess calls a really big game for her. And you can see, and Liz does her part as well. She hits all of her spots. She moves the ball the way she wants to.
Total trust.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which is a big part of having a really good battery, isn't it? You've got to be able to trust your catcher.
Mia Oates-Willis is the DP for the Hills Heat. Fouls this one off. Reagan, around about this time, if there's a break in play, Bill normally hijacks the mic and gives a shout out to his hometown of Maple Ridge in Canada, in British Columbia. And so here's your opportunity to say hello to anyone who might be watching at home.
All right. Well, I'm just going to shout out my little city of Redding, California. About the kind of the middle northern part of California, basically Oregon, I like to say. But it's a beautiful area, good people. I'm excited to be there again in between seasons. So.
California, hey, Bill, it wouldn't be minus 11 like Maple Ridge, right? He doesn't have a microphone, so I can talk to him. But he's sitting here eagerly, so...
I know.
Nice pitch from Engler, just missing the outside edge. Oates Willis just almost looked like she had a shiver go down her spine there.
Jess framed that one very well too, so she obviously thought it was quite close as well.
Mm-hmm.
Again, going for that outside edge. Reagan Diaz from the Seacombe Tigers joining us from Redding in California, heading over to Italy to play next season. It's Pride Round this weekend. You've been able to play a part in a couple of the special rounds so far this season. We've had the breast cancer awareness round, we've had the mental health round, we had the CFS round, we had the Indigenous round, and this round is Pride Round. Does it mean something to you to know that the community is so inclusive and gives back to community as well?
Yes, it does. I mean, that's what sport and softball is all about. Is, growing up playing the sport, you had people who were older than you that helped mentor you, and then you saw them reach out to the community and give back to the younger teams. And so now that we're all at that point, I think it's only right to do the same. And it is really neat to see how much the community supports softball and vice versa.
Foul from Bree Luxon. Mia Oates-Willis advanced to first on a base on balls. Engler ahead of the count here. That fouled and just hit the knee of the catcher. They smart those ones. Bree Luxon hitting 9 for the Heat. We'll go back to the top of the order with Abby Bastian, who's on deck. 2 games to go for Seacombe. Doubleheader against Sturt Falcons on the back field this weekend for Pride Round. Do you have your rainbow socks ready to wear? Getting a nod, yes.
Yes, the club passed out the rainbow socks the other day at practice. So,
well, we'll hear more about Pride Round this weekend. There's a cause that you can help. I don't have my notes with me for that one, but it's a massive. It's the third year. Get it right, James. In a moment of Pride Rounders. Well, Luxon nearly squeezes it inside the line. She'll go back, restart, and have another go. Very tight on the left field line.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how much it missed by.
Yeah, here's the C-Max replay on the super slow-mo as well, thanks to Spacequake Sports, just missing the glove and to the left of the third base. A great call from Damien McCauley, who's played umpire tonight. Dave Borovnik at first base, and Ian Gray is at third base. The men in blue tonight, yeah, so 2 games to go, looking to go out with a bit of a bang.
That's the plan.
Yeah. Bit of a heartbreaker on Saturday, just gone against West Torrens. You played 2 7-innings and they hadn't played a 7-inning game all year. You pushed them to 7 both games. You ran into Hurricane Trzynski. She threw 26 strikeouts in those 2 games. Speaking of strikeouts, third of the night for Engler. Brings back up Bastian, but 1-0 in the second game, the game that you pitched.
And you pitched very well. I watched that game. You pitched very well that game as well. So let's put that there as well. But yeah, 26 strikeouts is a lot. But to come down to the last hit on that, especially that second game, the 7th,
Yeah, because we had 2 outs.
Yeah,
runners on first and second, I believe, and that it would have been out 3. So I think it's just a testament to how much our team has improved from the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
To getting blown out by Sturt and Port and West Torrens to now, taking them 0-0 with 1 out left to go. I think that tells a lot about, how much we've improved and how much we kind of, dug in and said, you're not taking this one from us that easily.
Exactly right.
Well, you dropped a heartbreaker 6-5 to Glenelg, the fast finishing Glenelg, but you had a couple of comebacks yourself, beating Walkerville 3-2, Hills 4-3 just in recent weeks. It just showed exactly what you talked about, the growth of this team and the maturity as well, just in a couple of seasons.
It's been very exciting to be a part of.
Well, let's ask you what game sticks out the most for you. Was it your first at bat, the one that you set sail 235 feet over the fence, or must seem like a long time ago now?
Oh, I know. I hit one, and then I haven't hit one since. But out of that was like that to me kind of let me know that's a bit hard not to take it as a sign that is in the right spot. You know?
Yeah.
Doing the right thing by coming over here, but like I know we took the loss, but that last game we played against West Torrens, because I know Steph got 26 strikeouts, but towards the end of the game we were making her work a lot harder for him, and we were putting a lot more balls in play. And then on defense, the defense played so well because, like pitcher and catcher work together, but behind every no-hitter, every shutout is a wonderful defense as well. It's a full team effort. And so I would say that's the game I'm definitely the most proud of because we all played together completely.
Bastion on a full count, hits the ball into her own leg and will reset. Port Adelaide defense sharing a bit of a smile, and the C-Max replay just may have gone off the thigh. High for a ball, and Bastion will advance on a base on ball. So she's pitched pretty well, Angler, but she's thrown 4 walks in these first 2 innings.
Just as I said, not quite on her day today. Still very competitive. Porter, 2-1 up here, but she's just having a moment to calm down, just get her thoughts together with the team.
I'm going to let Bill come in here just so he can have a chat with you. I'm going to go put on a warm top, although it was hot today. It's starting to get a bit of a chill.
Hey, good to be back. What have I missed?
Not much. You've been sitting there the whole time.
I haven't been far away. I've been over there taking pictures and posting on social media and all that fun stuff. Well, the Hill's threatening a little bit with a couple on, and Zach Lee's up.
Yeah, they're in a good position offensively here because anything in the gap, that runner from second is scoring, and Bastion on first, she's got some good speed, so depending on how far it goes, she might get around as well.
So ground ball straight to Charlize Kalia, and she steps on 3 and ends the inning like that.
Jinxed him.
Yeah, he did jinx him. I tend to do that a little bit too when I talk about what a good hitter this is, and next thing you know, they swing and miss, or talk about having good hitting potential in with runners in scoring position, and it doesn't go. But she did well actually to make good contact there.
Yeah, that's a good play by Charlize too. Just take the easy one, don't risk a throw, just secure the third out.
Yep. Yeah. So you said your highlight, you think, was your no hitter?
Oh, that was a good game as well.
Oh.
I wasn't saying anything until it was done, but I was saying how the most recent game we played, I think that would be my favorite because of, we just showed so much grit and we improved, hitting wise throughout the day. Then the defense was great as well.
It's one of those games that's so good to watch and be part of it. It might even be a bit of a tear to your coach's eye, right?
All the effort.
I mean, I'm not saying it did, but I'm not crying. You're crying.
It did.
Yeah, no, it was good. Like I said, I echo everything. I was listening to Kylie said. It's been great having you part of the club, and great having you here. And love. Hopefully, you do fantastic in Italy. I know you will.
Oh, thank you.
And just keep it ticking over, and hopefully, we see you again next year.
That's the plan. So if everything goes the way I want it to, I'll be back.
Well, we're up to we got Angler. Is this? I can't quite see the number. It's McKenna. Sorry, McKenna Edwards. Now I haven't been keeping score. I can't remember what's happened here last time she was up, but I can do play-by-play for it. So Zobel's going to pitch here again. 1-0, 2-0. A little tentative at the moment. Hills have had a really good start here, haven't they? They have that first inning to get the run, threaten a little bit. Port Adelaide answered back, but then they've got out of the jam.
Yeah, I said it before, but if the pitcher, she does her job, makes them miss just enough to feed her defense, they're going to be in a good spot.
Yeah, just want to hit the edges, nothing fat, obviously. Try and hit the edges, keep it low, make them hit the ground ball. That's perfect, what the field would want. Get a ground ball so we get an opportunity to get an out. So keeping that ball not low, which is trying to do at the moment, is the good tactic.
And that one missing a bit low. 3-1 now.
Well, you don't want to throw anything up in their power zone. So Port of very strong batters, all of them there. So you don't want to be throwing anything up in their power zone. Hitting that knee, this would be the perfect spot, and hopefully the up behind the plate too calls them. Yep, that's a good spot there.
Nice comeback pitch here by Zobel.
He's got the chance to get a leadoff out here, which would be really big.
Needs a good pitch here with full count.
And fouled off by Edwards on the third base side.
Yeah, Port haven't quite adjusted to the pace yet of these batters just here. All the hits, bar one, have all been down third baseline. So they just quite haven't adjusted to a pace. They need to be trying to hang those hands back a bit further and try and hit the ball up the middle. So that's why she's come around and slap here to give her timing. Yeah.
And draws a base on balls. So the leadoff's on.
And for Liz, as well as she pitched, she hits really well too. So she's a threat in both sides.
I think she's a totally improved player from when she first debuted in the league last year, the year before she was here. I think she went the season with not much hitting success and pitched limited. She was on first base a lot of the time. And I've been really impressed. Obviously, she's dominating from the circle this year, and her hitting always looks threatening. You know, she's in the 9 spot, but she doesn't look like she's wasting her swing, so I don't think she's a cheap out.
Well, you know, sometimes that 9 spot is like the second leadoff. You're the one you get to turn it over, get on base for your top of the lineup. So
it sure is a bonus when they come around and get themselves on. That's right, because it suddenly gives that leadoff spot someone with runners in scoring position. So 2-0. That was a nice pitch. Picked in behind, but
some good base running.
It's like they've stolen the page from the Hills there, and then the pickoff play behind, they take off and run to the next base.
I'm not sure if you saw before, Reagan, but Jess was catching. We had their runner at 2, and Jess threw over to second base, and the runner went to 3. And eventually, and that's how they got their run. It was a throw to third, and they got home. So they've just done the same thing here to get the runner at 2. Oh, here we go.
There's a fly ball back to center,
That's
way
over.
Back to the fence. It's
And
out of here.
Yeah, it's over.
That one is gone, baby, gone. A
We
2-run
didn't jinx-
homer
Yeah, didn't jinx her then.
She got all of that
She
one.
did, right in that power zone.
for Liz
Yeah.
Engler. 2-run shot.
Way to help yourself out.
It's a long way to hit the ball, and height,
Oh,
and that
yeah.
fence is a fair way up. So that's a very good hit of the ball.
Well, the wind is blowing out to left a bit tonight, and we'll see on the C-Max replay here.
She
Got it
of
all.
Yeah.
And Marich went back and looking up. And there it is off the inside fence of the dog yard. Well, that's a fantastic shot there.
And she's not
Little
happy
bit
about
happy.
it too.
Little
good
happy
on her.
there, yep.
Good on her.
Good thing she got it back together before she got to second base and didn't miss it with her celebration.
Is that her first of the season?
I believe so. Yep. So 4-1 now for Port. And that brings the top of the order back up. And we were just talking about the importance of that 9 batter, but not clearing the bases, but just getting on.
Yeah.
She kind of broke the mold on that one and took one deep.
Yeah, then just trying to show a bunt, that's a pretty smart move. You know, you hit the long ball, the defense is usually expecting the next person to hit away. It's a really good time to drop down that bunt, especially with her kind of speed.
I like a hitter that's able to do that. They hit the ball hard and then and to take advantage of whatever it takes to get on. You know, bunt, hit hard, base hit. Golden always looks like someone if she really swings hard on one. Unfortunately, most of her, if she swings hard to right field, the wind's usually blowing in from there and knocks them down a bit. But I have seen her take them to the fence there.
Pretty positive she hit one during Nationals as well.
It just chops out one foul down the first base side. Yeah, got one out?
I believe she did.
Yeah, okay.
If I remember right. She hit, because Breeze both went to left center, and then Jess's went to right center.
Okay.
The same thing, just off the bat. It's like, okay, bye, ball.
That's gone. So 1-2 from Zobel to Golden. and just fouls it down the first base line, just out of the outstretched hand of the first base coach there. Kind of a half grab at it, but I don't really want to get my hand on it.
Definitely not.
No. You never know when you're in that coach's box, you take a bad hop, eh?
Take it off the knee.
You're definitely going to be on your toes, though, don't you?
The only time they've ever replayed any of my plays in the third base coaching box. Swing and a miss. Zobel strikes out Goldwyn. And there's a feather in the cap for Riley.
And that is something we don't see from Jess very often. She's a very difficult hitter to strike out, so that's really big. That's a really big out.
C-Max replay there. She had a hack at that one. Kind of a big swing for a two-strike situation, but Jess Nevis fouls one off just over our heads here, the Joe Williams Pavilion. Jess flew out to center field last time up. And that one's popped up Meg Williams' way over at first, foul territory, and she makes the catch for the second out.
That's a really good job from the pitcher to, give up that long ball and then get 2 quick outs.
Yeah, she's battled back here on the C-Max replay. You can see just got her out in front. And just underneath. Nice play by Meg Williams. But yes, by Riley Zobel coming back after the next 2. And that brings up Brie Marcelino, who homered her first time up down the left field line.
Definitely want to be keeping the ball low again for this batter.
Want to know to Brie. Maslin on deck. There is 2 out. Nobody on. And Zobel just up high there on that one.
Yeah, this is where it gets tough as a pitcher because, she got 2 outs, but then you're like, now I got to throw to Brie.
Yeah,
then I have Jess.
Do I pitch around Brie? Oh, that brings up Jess. That's right. Right down the middle, and that's hit past third base, out into left field. Marcelino holds up at 1 and keeps the inning alive. Well, comparatively, getting off the hook here in the C-Max replay to get a single out to left instead of a 4-bagger.
And just past the glove of the third baseman, too, so good effort. She almost had it.
Good effort, yes. So Maslin, long fly ball to left last time. Looked like she just missed it. And the first pitch from Zobel in the dirt. Ball 1. Maslin having a fantastic season. James was all over the stats before, but she's up in the handful of the top 5-6 batters in the league at the moment. Just a bit low again to go 2-0.
Jess was just checking with Damien. Yep, you did call that one a ball. Yes, thank you.
Yes, I was watching from the sidelines her last at bat, and a couple pitch, one pitch down low, she's shaking her head as if to signify, no, there's no way that's a strike.
Oh.
Ooh, a 2-0 pitch lit her up a bit there, but she's a little bit out in front, fouled that one off.
Might have been a run and hit, I think, maybe on that one.
Yeah, runner's going.
She was heading off.
So 2-1 to Jess. Runner doesn't go, ball in the dirt. Nicely blocked by Georgia King. 3-1 now, danger territory. With a hitter like Jess, and you throw her something too fat here, it could join Engler's pitch out there in a moment. Ball that she hit.
Yeah, and you don't want to pitch her under too much because you walk her, then Charlize comes up and she can make you pay as well. So
You're
just
right.
it seems like every batter is protected by the one behind him. See, there's really no good person to try to put on base because the person behind him can hit.
So a monumental swing and a miss there by Jess Maslin. She had a cut at that one. 3-2 now. Runner goes, ball in the dirt. Ball 4.
Yeah, I think Jess really wanted to hit the one prior. The head went, yes, I'm out, I want to hit this one.
Oh, yes.
But well controlled on that last pitch there. Get ball 4. 2 runners on now. 2 out.
2 on, 2 out. But as you say, it doesn't get any easier. Charlize hit a double last time down the left field line. And with 2 out, the runners don't have to hold up and see if it's going to fall. And there's a hit into the gap. That's going to the fence. Marcelina scores. Maslin's going from first base. And Callahan holds up at second with a stand-up double. 2 RBIs. And that's the power of their lineup there, isn't it? What do you think, Greg?
I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you so.
You told us so.
That's a great hit right in the gap. I mean, there's
C-Met's replay here, you'll see, just turned on it.
He was up in the power zone, wasn't it? Like the pitch right where she wanted it. Timed it beautifully.
Oh, yeah, she was ready. She put a great swing on that.
I think Riley's just about to hand the ball over to Claire.
As they have a little bit of a timeout on the mound, Rich Fairley goes to have a look. And yes, they're bringing in Claire Mohan-Rand, I believe,
yes,
from the bench. We might use this little break time to welcome James back in. You want to come back in, James? Stand over looking cold. You're good? You're getting things done? Okay, when Reagan's done. Well, she's a bit of a natural in the mic here, isn't she?
I mean, I'm trying. It's my first time.
Yeah,
You're doing well. You're doing well.
I'm thinking, I'm glad now you're leaving the country. You might take my spot from me. No. Not that you couldn't take my spot. I'm just saying I'm not glad you're leaving the country. All right.
Okay.
That's where I lied. All right.
I'll be back. So you're not totally safe.
Claire's just coming to do her 5 pitches warm up. It'll be hard for her to come into the game now. There's 2 out, which is probably an advantage for her, so she just has to worry about the 1 out. But Porter obviously ramping up using the bats at the moment, so they'll be raring to go.
Yeah, I didn't notice if she was out behind the dugout here throwing just a bit in warm-up because she was on the bench, so there's a possibility she's thrown, but I didn't see anybody out there.
She did warm up before the game. She
Yeah.
was warming up before the game, so I would hope, being a relief pitcher, you would have gone out the back and had a throw just to keep yourself ready to go to come into games like this. You need to be on the ball from the very first pitch when you're coming into relief. It's a hard job to do.
Yeah.
It's different from being the lead-off, starting pitcher to coming as a relief. You coming into a situation where the team's obviously hitting the ball well, which is Port are. So she's really got to come in here strong, get good strikes, low strikes here, and put some pressure back on Port.
And facing the first batter is she's facing Zoe Thompson, who's found some really good form lately. Had a great hit against us, Seacom, the other night. Sort of drive some nails in the coffin. But I watched her a couple nights before that, hit a few really hard up the middle. She's making really solid contact. So Zoe's one of those players that I think is very dedicated to working on her craft. Puts the time in.
Yes, definitely.
And it's good to see it pay off.
She was part of our under-18 and under-23 state team this year. I know with the 18s, she was one of our top performers, someone you can rely on to either put that bunt down or hit and some good shots, and very strong and flexible in the field. You can put her anywhere. She can pitch as well. So, and she said, very dedicated athlete, and definitely one that's going to be around in the future as well.
I wouldn't be surprised if she gets an inning or two pitching tonight. You would think to maybe rest up Engler, but I think Engler's a bit of a workhorse. So
we've got Charlotte on the bench as well for Port.
That's right.
So I'm not sure whether she's warmed up or not. Whether she might have a chance as well coming on. So
Zoe draws a walk. I do know that Charlotte was seemed to be injured, sore back on the weekend.
Right, okay.
So whether she's still recovering there. She did miss out last season because of a back injury, Reagan.
Yes.
That's what I've heard.
She worked very hard to go away with the 18s and played a blinder against Queensland. Really good game. Kept them quiet for 6 innings, and we ended up winning that game. And it was a lot to do with her pitching, so she did a great job.
Edwards takes the first pitch there for a ball. Had a 6-3 ground out last time.
I was just looking on the social media here. Peter Williams wants me to yell out to James that lock in Reagan Diaz for future commentary. Absolute natural, great to listen to, and very positive. So there's some good feedback for you from the big boss.
There's a nice pitch.
I know she's not hitting anymore, but Zoe's another one with really good speed. So even though she's on first, another hit like Charlize's, anything in the gap, she's also scoring as well.
She's home, that's right.
Now the 2-1 from Claire. A little bit up. Call, top of the strike zone. Not Edwards' pitch. So the count 2-2. 2 on here in the bottom of the second. And Edwards trying to keep the rally alive here that Port has got going. Changeup.
Oh.
That was a mesmerizing changeup. Time stopped for a moment on that one. I held my breath.
That's the one as a pitcher you want them to call it. As a hitter, you go, no way.
But the umpires seem to have a different strike zone for change-ups than they do any other pitch. Like that looked like it was right there.
Full count, 2 out. Runners go. Ripped into left field. That's going to score Charlize. But all the rest are holding up one base advance on that one. Great piece of hitting by Montana Edwards.
And a good job from the left fielder to keep it in front, get it in quick, because that keeps Zoe from advancing to third. Now you need an extra base hit to score her versus just like a, single through the middle.
You can see on the CMAX replay, too, it hit the lip just before it got to the outfielder and kicked up. And luckily she did get behind it and keep that in front of her. Yeah, Aaron Adams McDonald, friends of the program, playing left field.
And again, even though we're at the bottom of Port's lineup, McKenna can also hit very well. She can make you pay. And then Liz is back up.
Yep.
And she's going to put it over the fence. Yeah. So, you can't catch a break.
You can't catch a break. McKenna, she had a walk last time, and this time fouls one down the line to go 1-1. Yeah, at this point here, Port stacking on the runs a bit. They're looking to just get a pitch that they can handle, hit it hard like they've been doing, and keep putting that ball in play. It's up to Claire now and her Hills defense to change things up a little bit on them. That change of attempt was a good one, just to make them think about it, instead of just here you go each time. So nice pitch, swing and a miss, pick-off move. She gets back easy. Running in very quickly there, Chloe Zackley with her hands up.
That's a good job by Zoe to draw the throw, because if that gets by, the center fielder, she's more towards the left field, so if that gets by, that's in center field and she's scoring.
That's right, because she is off to the side. You're right, that would be off the plate there. 2-2. Yeah, and a nice confident throw by Georgia King down there, too. It was a bullet.
Yeah, she made her catching debut for Stars at this most recent tournament, and she did very well. She called a really good game.
Well, that's good to see.
Yeah, we were all very proud of her.
Get that chance, yes. Fouled back that last pitch. 2-2 still. 2 out. Those runners are ready to go. And Smith just trying to keep it alive. Fights another one off. Fouls it down the first base line. Doesn't seem to be a game I call that Meg Williams isn't making at least half a dozen trips to foul balls over by the fence. That seems to be a bit of a thing that happens when I call Hills games. So we'll do it all again, 2-2. Just missing. That's a tough pitch to take. Replay on that one. Just a bit up and out, maybe.
I think Claire thought that one was going to get called.
Yeah.
A little disappointed.
That was a really good pitch. And, well, she'll have to do a 3-2 now. Runners will be going. And that one's hit off of Zobel at second. Gets by her, but she gathers it up. Meanwhile, Zoe Thompson has scored. First to third goes Edwards.
I think that hurt the hand a bit.
And yeah, it did look like it got her. Just watch the replay here, the C-Max replay, and she just dipped on her as she was about to get the glove on that.
Yeah.
You see there, right?
Yeah, that's the benefit of hitting the ball hard because you can make anything happen, really.
We say hit the ball hard, good things happen. Not to the defense in this case,
yeah.
but
Offensively, yes.
offensively, yes. So the inning continues, and it does bring Engler up with 2 on.
Also brings Reggie out to have a chat with the team and keep them motivated.
Scoring on that one, our scorer is Jill Williams down there. We hit or error? What do you think, James? Error? Yeah. We're thinking E4 on that one. Thompson has scored. So we got Edwards at third, Smith at first, Engler, home run hero, earlier in the inning, takes that first pitch for a strike.
What are the odds she does it again?
What are the odds?
I don't know. But that'd be pretty cool, huh?
It
I mean,
would
look
be.
at the center fielder. She's playing, like, on the fence.
She is on the fence now, yeah. That would be pretty cool. Well, fingers crossed for you here. Here comes the pitch. Fouled off.
Wrong fence.
Wrong fence. Just above the Bell White fence. Over here in the first base. The Bell White fence, if you go back and watch any replays of the 2022 Open Women's Nationals here, Bell White took a pop-up catch on this fence that, honestly, I'm surprised she didn't go through it. Made the out. And it was just one of the many great plays in that tournament that the girls put themselves on the line and were rewarded as national champions.
Yeah.
So, 1 and 2, Engler. We got to say it, looking to go deep. Ground ball to Abby Bastian, throws across in the dirt, but Meg Williams scoops it out for the third out on a 6-3 put out and a marathon inning that sent 10 batters to the plate.
Yeah, change of pitcher as well. And
12.
Except for that out that should have probably been called at second base. There were no other fielding errors. It was just very good hitting from Port. You know, they saw the ball very cleanly, kept their hands back and hit the ball as they should. So Hill's here now. They've got some work to do with themselves in the batting box. They just need to be patient. They need to be in control. As I said, Liz has thrown 4 walks, which is probably unusual for her. So they just need to keep calm in the batting box. Don't press too hard and try and make some good contact like Port have and, you know, see what happens. You never know.
Yep, absolutely. Well, Reagan, I don't want to end our time together here, but I'm looking, you don't have a jacket and you're in shorts like me, and I'm cold and James has gone and rugged up. So I might, we've taken up too much of your time is the way I want to put it, and we really appreciate you being here. I know I asked you at a moment's notice tonight.
Yeah?
And I'm glad you said yes, and yes, I agree with Pete, you're a natural on the mic, so...
Thank you. I was a bit nervous. There's been a reason why I haven't volunteered until now.
Okay. But anyway, thanks very much for coming. Good luck with the games on the weekend. We have another doubleheader.
Yeah.
And then all the best in Italy.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay. Right. And we'll just welcome James back in here. James, I might give you back your headset.
That's why they're changing headsets here, getting organised again.
James has his monogrammed. He has monogrammed headset, and so
it's my personal one. There's a few of us that said that we were going to buy our own. I was the only one that bought it.
I felt a little bit privileged that I was wearing it there for that inning, and a monumental inning at that.
Yeah, lots of batters to the plate.
8-1 now, Port Adelaide. Third inning. And Meg Williams is leading off for the Hills. What'd you think about it? Were you watching that Liz Engler bomb?
I saw the Engler home run. I thought you played it a little too cool, Bill. You're supposed to get up and get excited for a home run.
I said gone, baby, gone.
No, I've been keeping an eye on the Dom 2 game, which Sturt won 9-0.
9-0. So they got 8 runs in the first. and then just tack one more on. And,
yeah, Walkerville started with the youngster Maxine Saunders in the first inning, and she only got 2 outs in the first inning before they changed to Chelsea Martinez, and she tied him up a little bit actually.
So Meg Williams with a walk. A leadoff walk. That's good news in the top of third for the Hills.
Yeah, and did exactly what I said. Just be patient. You never know.
Yep.
We now got to run with none out.
It's been a long half inning, and Engler's been sitting down for a while and might have lost a little bit form, and she might be a little bit pumped up after that home run. Tough to get her control back.
I'm sure it won't take her long.
This is Georgia King to the box for the Hills. Hey, how good was Reagan Diaz?
Fantastic. On a moment's notice to ask her to come and step in and just do an inning or so with us, and I was pretty confident she'd be a natural. Very good.
What are the chances of her coming back next year?
They are high. That is the plan. I mean, I know that Seacombe's behind that. I know she is keen to do that. We're already talking about things that we could do in the preseason and things like running clinics and stuff through our club and other clubs. She was part of. Got her on the swing. She held the swing.
Yeah, held the swing back and
got her in the forearm, I think.
And a hit by pitch in the scorebook. So based on balls and a hit by pitch for the first 2 batters of this inning, check the swing and
check the swing.
She wore it too. So
fingers or look like forearm. It's hard to say. That one, back of the knuckles or something.
Yeah. Jess and Liz just questioning Damien on that decision. Just getting some clarification of what he believed the situation to be.
Whether or not she was swinging through or not. Yep.
Well, unlike cricket, the hands aren't considered part of the bat.
Yeah.
But if you get hit in the head and you swing the bat, you can get a strike called on you. So, so it's whether you swing the bat
it or not. Yeah. So 2 on now, none out. Zoe Merritt up. And this one's popped up. All looking at each other. But Engler comes up with it. They all had a bit of a look. If we watch the C-Max replay, Golden comes out, looks at her. I thought she actually looked. Engler had her eyes on it all the way.
It's actually the third base umpire's called it infield fly and batter is out. So because it was less than 2 out and runners at 1 and 2. So
you see, if you watch Golden there, what she does is she keeps her glove down low, stays out of her way, and in case that ball pops out, she's there to dive on it and make that catch.
Kiri Trevorrow's the batter in the box for the Hills Heat. Runners at first and second are Williams and King. We're an hour and 5 in, and we're only in the top of the third as Trevorrow fouls this one to third base. The backfield only played 4 as well.
4 innings, okay, yep. Yeah, Hills are in a spot here where Hills are a pretty good small ball game a team. They put the ball in play with bunts and running bunts, but down by 7, you really, I think I like the way Reg is going about this and have him swing the bat and see if they can drive it through.
Well, after a walk and a hit by pitch, the next 2 batters are retired. This will bring Erin Adams-McDonald to the plate.
And Abby Bastian's coming into temporary run at first base for Georgia King. Abby Bastian, a candidate for Rookie of the Year this year. I know we talked about that before. Along with probably another front runner would be Ollie Durham.
Well, she pitched tonight and she gave up just the 3 hits in 4 innings of work. No run, or one
run.
No runs. This one's in the air. Maslin gets across on the line. A diving catch for the 3rd out.
That looks like it's coming down on the line all the way, and Maslin slides under it. Not too unlike Sarah Tonkin in 2022. Gets under it. That's a great catch.
Yeah, very good catch from Maslin. She read it well. She's got a very safe glove out there at left field. Wasn't quite in the sand like
No.
Sarah Tonkin. I heard you mention before the Bell White gate before. Don't forget that it was in one inning. It was a captain's knock. She really played SA Stars into that game.
Oh, absolutely.
And won it for them, which really turned the momentum for them going into the finals. So great cat from Maslin, and the heartbreaking story for the Hills Heat, not only tonight but for the whole year. They've had runners on base again. They left 2 on in the first. They scored 1. They left 2 on in the second. They've left 2 on again in the third. So they've had their opportunities, and it is Hills Heat last game of the year. So we might take a little bit of an opportunity to review their season. If you can give us some insight as a coach, and Kylie as a bit of a fan as well. But I can tell you that 1 win, 2 draws doesn't look great on the ladder, but it's not a reflection to the season they had.
No, well, their one win was against Seacombe as Goldwyn.
Yeah, pop up to centre field, good catch taken by Zoe Marriage.
Their win was against Seacombe early in the season, and they hit really well in that game, I believe. I don't think both teams were feeling their own way at that point, but they put 5-6 runs on the board.
10-2.
10-2?
10-2. Hills defeated Seacombe in round 3.
Okay, thought it was less than that.
Sorry, Bill.
That's right. It's the time erases all wounds or heals all wounds, I guess. But they came out of the box pretty well, playing confident, experience and youth on that team. I didn't think. I thought they'd have a competitive season. I really did. It's been a tough one for them. But the bright spots, again, I love watching Abby Bastian play every time. And I'm lucky to call the games she's here. And even when I'm not calling them, I'm usually watching. She's a dead set hitter. She very confident shortstop, young, and she'll learn and get better and better. She's included in the Australian squad. She's one of the 16s that are included up in that 18s team. I know I talked about that before. Her and Ollie Durham again. Yep. But they're all youth, and Reagan said it earlier. They're going to hopefully grow together. And their game improves, and they put it together. They're going to be competitive.
And Kylie, Hills played more players than any other team this year. I think it was 27 players took the diamond for them. And just as I look for their pitching stats, my stats have just blown up here.
We know Zoe the Marriage pitched a lot of their games.
Yeah.
Also, Talia. No, you say LaRosa. I say LaRosa.
LaRosa, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to
and
ask.
And they had a couple of imports from interstate as well that came as well.
Correct. And that's the one thing I did forget about in the time is that Grace Rickson did pitch that game against us.
There you go. Look, I think that's the benefit of playing now. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing them in another 5 years. All of them, they're all going to improve. It's hard playing these type of games and getting beaten 8-1, but the experience when they do win, how good is that going to feel knowing
Neves holds her hands back and hits a change up the middle for a single on a full count. Yeah, great point, Kylie. It's all going to be culminating through to the next season and maybe even the one after that.
Absolutely, and probably even the one after that. And as long as they can stick together and keep that team atmosphere and understand what they're trying to achieve, they will get there.
So ball in the dirt, gets by. Nevis taking off the second, turns. King scoops it up. And we should have Bree Marcelino in the box. We do, the shortstop. Had a homer down the line. And second time, can't remember.
Safe hit, I think.
Safe hit again, yeah. It's a good hitter. And
there
that's hit hard. Down the line, way back. Foul. Out of here. That's a long strike there.
Yeah, got plenty of it. Pulled it foul, and Not for the first time tonight we've seen the ball go over the fence. Perhaps if she was using the Eastern Ghost, it would have gone further. But
jacked it right down the line. But yeah, that wind was always going to push it to the left.
Mohan Ram doesn't want to throw it there again, so
Definitely
goes
not.
low.
That would be the signal from King on that next one. Don't throw it there. All right?
Anywhere but.
Anywhere but there.
The Hills have truly pitched by committee this year. Zoe Marriott 25 innings, Claire Mohan Ram 19 innings. The jams are a little, and Bastion that makes a great catch and has the presence of mind while she's mid-air to realise there's a runner at 2, and maybe the fielder wasn't there in time. Let's have a look at the C-Max replay.
Abby Bastion times her jump really well. It's a tendency at short to jump when it first comes off the bat. And she kind of holds and keeps that crouch and gets up at the right time. And you're right, she'd come up ready to throw, but held on to it. It's a great play.
Well, it's been a great comeback from Mohan Ram after that long foul ball. But just touching on, she's had 11 appearances. The ERA's right up there, but she's had pretty good strike percentage as well, which is over 50%.
Got Maslin reaching a bit on that one. It's going to
Maybe.
bloop.
Bastion!
Whoa,
What
what
a
a catch!
Diving catch!
And we are applauding here. That's a diving catch by Abby Bastion.
I knew she'd get that. Even at training, she would go for that, and she would do exactly the same thing at training. Unbelievable.
The smile on her face there.
She knew Zoe was right back at the fence.
C-Max replay. Maslin tries to pull an outside pitch. It pops up. Looks like it's going to be a chinker. She had one look out to centre field and then eyes on the ball the rest of the way. Diving catch at full stretch.
That is Abby Bastion to a T. Never gives up on anything, even at training. As I said, she would have caught
Agreed.
that at training. Exactly the
That
same.
is fantastic.
Wow.
At absolute full stretch.
Put that one in your highlight reel, Abby. That's just absolutely fantastic.
Correct.
We're going to have a quick look at the Adelaide Softball Association Awards night. Brandon, I didn't approve this one. It's a Wednesday night. It's my show tonight. Anthony can play his promotions on his broadcast on Saturdays. No, Adelaide Softball Association bringing back the awards night. The last few years there's been on-field due to COVID. You know, there was a bit of a change in the format, but they've taken it back upon themselves. They've created an awards night, and what a year to do it. It's the 80th year of Softball SA and the Adelaide Club competition and Adelaide Softball Association. $40, Club Marion.
Should be a good night.
Get your tickets.
Should be a good night. Yep.
Yep, so interesting one. They're doing it before the grand final as well. It's not making a headache for the trophy order at all, as Oates Willis grounds out to Engler for the first out. So one pitch, one out. So it's not going that
Trying to be
well.
a bit like the Brownlow, do it before the grand final.
It's not a bad idea. I guess have it out front and get it done. I mean, if it's a week out from finals time, you're not going to be going
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And
too hard.
Instead of doing the presentations on field
Yep.
in between grand finals, it's a really good idea and a great way to celebrate the season that was as well.
So I like how we've had it on field, but I really think an awards night is where you can just sit down and relax and you can take that all in. I think it's a great idea. So it's good to see it back.
0-2, so Engler quickly moves into a good count as she throws her guys. Help me out here. Is that her sixth strikeout of the night?
I've lost count.
We'd be up there, definitely, yeah.
I missed a couple of innings there,
You
or
did.
an inning. She's
She's
thrown
She's been up there.
112 strikeouts for the year, so add another 5 to that, 117. First pitch swinging, pop up to the outfield, and that was a 5-pitch inning. A ground
comeback.
out, a 3-pitch strikeout, and a pop up to centre fielders. Brianne Luxon, that was Abby Bastion,
Abby
was the
Bastion.
third out.
Speaking about the awards night, a bit of a flashback. One of my Cass Corals, Lee Hull actually was the presenter that night, and
yeah.
he got all the top 10 to go up on this stage, and it ended up being me and Tracy Mosley standing up there, the two of us going. I'm thinking, Tracy's got this definitely, and yeah, Lee Hale was the one who said my name that I won it that year. So I have very fond memories of awards nights for softball, and yeah, Lee Hale was obviously part of that as well.
You might not have heard or seen Tracy Mosley play, Olympian.
I do know the name.
And,
I do.
And in my opinion, you know, it's my own humble opinion. Anthony talks about Linda Martin a lot. Tracy Mosley, best player I've ever seen play. But I think we've been a bit spoiled as well to watch a player by the name of Belinda White have an amazing career as well. So Kylie, in great company there, two-time Cath Coral medalist, and to take on Tracy Mosley, who's a Hall of Famer, and it's no mean feat.
Well, I remember that year. I really thought, Tracy. I was definitely thought she would have won it. She's definitely one of the best players. I totally agree. In the same conversation as Linda Martin and Belle White, absolutely. And I was lucky enough to play with all three of them. So
Charlie's up to bat now. She's had 2 doubles on the night. RBIs, I think, on both ones. As Port bats now in the bottom of the 4th, the time's ticking over. We're about 20 past. So Port could bat the time here.
Well, if they get 3 runs, they'll get the run.
That's true too.
So either way, Port Adelaide in a great position, and if it's a quick inning, a 1-2-3 quick inning, they're only 3 outs away from run roll in the 5th.
Yep.
As Callahan's
going to double again.
It's going to be a 3rd double of the game. Stands up at 2, 3 doubles for Charlize Callahan.
Wow, have a day, or a night in this case.
Well, as we get a look at the C-Max replay, let's actually start to, look at the centre fielder. Was playing a shift almost, playing centre left, and puts it in a great spot.
And probably rightly so, because everything has been punished over there to left field, so the shift is probably warranted. But that's a great piece of hitting by Charlize to go the other way.
Zoe Thompson up to bat. She's had a hit and a walk. 3 doubles. Great time to start talking about the C-Max player of the game. You guys get a say in potentially who it's going to be. Brian Marcelino hit a 4-bagger, but it was Liz Engler that hit a home run over the fence, and she's really shut down Hills after they scored in the first inning, and really it's only been 1 hit. It's been the 5 walks that's allowed the base runners. So she's actually fielded well as well. So Callahan with the 3 doubles, maybe?
3 doubles.
Got to be in the same conversation, doesn't it?
Yep.
I was just thinking the same thing. You have to have that last swing was absolutely beautiful. Textbook, hit the ball cleanly. She's done that a couple of times tonight. So you'd have to have her in the conversation.
It's just something about that debut home run, the first one you hit out, that might just kind of swing things a little bit your way.
You do remember your first home run, don't you? Mine was on this diamond against Richard Leslie, long time ago.
Left field, center field?
Straight away center.
Straight away center.
Like I said, you don't forget them.
I haven't hit one over. With 1 foul, that was it. I hit them 2 flat.
Well, I thought Zoe had a base on balls. Did we miss the count there somewhere?
Did. Oh no, she must have. She's still in the batting box. 3-1.
Okay.
Now she's got
it. She's got it. And a pick move.
Oh.
Again, nicely done by Georgia King, and it is still Chloe Zackley at second. Yep. Not sure if she stayed in after that ball that got through and got her hand, but she's hanging in there.
Well, we had it right on the Space Quake Sports broadcast, so maybe Zoe Thompson was just a little ahead of herself, but she ended up with the same result. This is Montana Edwards. She had a hit her last turn at bat.
Oh,
crushes this into the alley, goes out to the Denver for school signs. cut off by the left fielder, Adams McDonald. Zoe Thompson is held up as Abby Bastion's got ball in hand. You don't want to take her on after the night she's had. She had a big couple of weeks too. Nice shot there from Edwards, who's...
Edwards trying to say, hey, don't forget about me in player of the game.
And well fielded by Aaron here. Cut it off there. Turned on the dime to get the ball straight to Abby.
Actually, great.
Yeah,
great
really
job by
good.
Aaron,
Yeah.
Edwards is running into a rich vein of form. I think she went 3 for 3 on the weekend, and she's 2 for 3 tonight. This one's popped up into the Bermuda Triangle. Edwards delays the takeoff from second, and she just held up in case it was caught, and she slides in safely to third. And meanwhile, Smith is able to stand up at 2. Here's a look at the C-Max replay.
So big swing there, and Aaron probably think that carrying a little bit farther, and then she realizes, busts hard for it, takes a kick back. The throw to 3 looks like it gets Edwards on the way in, and
Well backed up by Claire.
Yeah.
Pitcher doing the right job there, getting back up.
10-1. The runner on 3 is the game-ending run. The runner on 2 and really count as nice pickup from Georgia King. Liz Engler, for her third plate appearance, probably keen to finish it off with style.
She drives in the winning run here. Can she do it with a long ball?
Crushes it to center field. It's
and it's
going to
fall in.
Of Marriage, and that game-ending run crosses the plate. Damien Macaulay calls game on that, and that will do it tonight. Port Adelaide beating the Hills Heat 11-1 in 4 innings. A statement put out from the Magpies. It was Sturt 9-0 over Walkerville tonight. So Sturt will stay in third. Port Adelaide will go an extra 2 points clear of second place West Torrens. So how about that? We've got Port on 36, West Torrens 33, and Sturt on 30. There, your top 3 on the ladder. That's the C-Max replay of Montana Edwards crossing the plate. And thanks to C-Max, if you want to help Advanced Tomorrow's Healthcare, get paid for your time, log on to cmax.com.au. Let's talk player of the game. Then we'll do a bit of a wrap, and then we'll head home.
Well, I got to give it to Engler. Pitched a great game, hit that bomb, 2-run bomb, and then drove in the win. Well, the ceiling run.
3 RBIs for the game.
3 RBIs.
Including a home run, and she was pretty good on the other end of it as well. Just a one-hitter on the other side of the page. So nicely done there by the pitcher. I'm getting a nod of approval from another pitcher to my left.
Close second from to Charlize for her 3 doubles on the night, all well-hit balls.
The play of the game's got to be Abby Bastion's catch.
Oh, absolutely.
That was a gem. We've seen catches very similar in the #1 spot of the Spacequake Sports Top 10 Plays of the Year. So we'll keep our eye out for Abby Bastion's catch. That'll just about do it. Please, mark it in your diary. 5 p.m. this Saturday is Pride Round. So it's a 5 o'clock game. It's this Saturday. We're featuring the game between Port Adelaide and West Torrens. West Torrens do host the Pride Round, so stay tuned and watch and support the cause.
Could be a playoffs preview as well.
Yes, absolutely. And then, Bill, you've got a double header against the Sturt Falcons, and then we go on a bit of a break because it's the John Reid Shield. It's the 40th John Reid Shield, the Australian Open Men's National Championships from Tuesday the 5th until Sunday the 10th of March. Then the Premier League returns on Wednesday the 13th for the last 2 games before finals. And finals will be played over, 8 days or something like that. 2 Saturdays and 1 Wednesday. So it'll be over before you know it. So don't blink. It's a big March coming up. We'll see you Saturday. Thanks to Spacequake Sports, MC Sportswear, Eastern and C-Max. To Bill, to Kylie, thank you and good night.